guys, welcome back to the Family Information Podcast. After what was an incredible NFL season, all 18 weeks in the regular season have finished. We have so much to recap for Week 18, and we're also going to be getting into talking about the playoffs and a Super Bowl prediction later in this episode, so watch to the end to find out. But we got a super special set here for you guys, and let's introduce ourselves. I'm Zain Chaudhry, and I'm your host.
I'm Hamza Chaudhry.
I'm Ayan Chaudhry.
And under that,
We got a super special guest, took him out from behind the camera. Our dad is now here joining us. He's replacing mom for this episode as she's now behind the camera. Anything to say before we get started?
no, I really look forward to this discussion because I think we had a very exciting week of football.
All right, then let's get right into it. Our first topic of the night is that the Carolina Panthers somehow snuck their way into a playoff spot despite losing to the Buccaneers. But the only reason they made it is because the Falcons beat the Saints.
Yeah, I think the Panthers, they have a very good chance at going far in the playoffs. Bryce Young is a really good quarterback. They have a very set team. The defense is good. I think they have a good chance at going far in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Bryce Young played high-level football all season long. The NFC South is weak, which is one of the reasons why they made it in the first place. But I do think they will be a first-round exit due to their lack of pass rush and because of their inconsistency throughout the season.
Anything to say, Dad?
Yeah, I follow cricket a lot. And recently in 2024, we had the Cricket World Cup here in the U.S. And for U.S. team played really well. They went into the quarterfinals. And then from going from quarterfinals to semifinals, it was practically, these outcomes from the other teams have to happen for our team to go into the semifinal. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But in this case, it happened for them. And I'm really happy because sometimes it's just not how you play, but the outcome of other teams actually dictate how you end up, at the winning berth, which is amazing.
That's a really good connection. It's like no one would expect that, that all these other games have to happen for your team to make the playoffs. That's a great connection. On to what Hamza said and what I got to say about that, I actually don't think the Panthers will go that far. They were not that impressive all season long. Bryce Young, he has improved quite a bit from how he was before he was really bad, but I still don't think that that's going to carry over. I mean, they have, an 8-9 record or something? That's like the worst in the playoffs.
I disagree with that because they actually have beat very good teams in the past, and they showed that they could beat good teams before, that they're not just like a bad team that barely made the playoffs. They beat many teams that are in the playoffs right now.
Whether they go far or not, though, they do owe a huge thanks to the Falcons for getting them into the playoffs in the first place.
100%. All right. Moving on to our second topic of the night. I'm really sorry about what happened. The Baltimore Ravens unfortunately lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers after a very sad missed kick from Tyler Luke.
Well, I'm actually happy they lost because I was actually betting $15. I actually made $15 from betting on the Steelers. So I'm sorry, but I'm happy the Ravens lost.
Not much to say. Tyler Luke missed a chip shot field goal. He is a rookie, so I'll give him a little bit of grace for that. I still am upset that they lost, but I really did think that they should have made the playoffs after the way that the Ravens played.
It was a very close game till the end. And when the kicker missed the shot, I couldn't believe it. For somebody who gets paid that amount of money, how much does he get paid? You have any idea?
$1 million a year.
$1 million a year.
He's on a rookie contract, so it's not that much because he's on a rookie deal.
I know, but still, you're getting a lot of people work all their life doing hard work, and they don't get that much in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? So you get that for a year, $1 million. You better start in the morning at 9 o'clock, and you start kicking till it's 6 o'clock in the evening. You take 1 hour of lunch, and all you do is kick. You better not miss that. I think that was pretty sad, and it should not have happened, and it's unfortunate. And if it was me, I was the owner of that team, which I'm not, obviously. I would have fired the kicker, but apparently that didn't happen either. So I don't know.
He is a rookie. To Ian's point, he is a rookie. And yes, you are a kicker. You're supposed to make that kick. I feel like any other kicker in the league can make that. But it's, it's pressure in that situation. You got to make the playoffs. And you can't just blame any one guy. The team wasn't great overall. The defense let up too many points. Lamar Jackson, I will say, played great. Zay Flowers, they played great. But it's just, as a team, you can do better, and you can't just pin it all on Tyler Luke. There's too much pressure on that one kick.
All jokes aside, I mean, like, you can't really be a second half team. You have to play good the first and second half. You can't just score all your points in the fourth quarter. You have to be consistent, which is what the Ravens are not. So
That's true.
In their defense, though, a team is only, as Cam Newton said, the team is only as good as their kicker. Why are some quarterbacks considered clutch? Because they can get their team in field goal range with a little bit of time left on the clock. What did the Ravens do? Get their team in field goal range, in position for Tyler Luke to win the game. But Tyler Luke couldn't get it done. And in many other cases, that would be considered a clutch performance by the offense. But because Tyler Luke couldn't put the cherry on top, it's considered a heartbreaking and tragic loss.
but it's more than that. If you want to actually go far in the playoffs, you have to beat teams like the Steelers by a bigger margin. You can't just. The Steelers are one of the worst teams in the playoffs. After the Panthers, the Steelers are the worst.
Divisional games are always close no matter which two teams in any division are playing.
Not the Jets and Bills.
Yeah, well, the Jets are a special case in which they...
Oh, give me a $15 back that you bought on Steelers.
The Jets are a special case where they're just a terrible football team. But most divisional games come down to the wire no matter who's playing, no matter how big of a difference in record it is. That's just divisional football. That's just AFC North football. So...
The worst division in the league. Anything on that, Dad?
No, I think I'm good here.
So, after the game, John Harbaugh got fired, among many other coaches. Kevin Stefanski, one of the bigger names as well. Cowboys defensive coordinator. Cardinals head coach, I forgot his name.
Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan. So many have been fired, and this leads so many new openings. Who's going to take their spot? What's going to happen here? So I want to ask you, as a Ravens fan, one, what do you think is going to happen to Harbaugh? And two, who do you think is going to be the next Ravens coach?
Yeah, well, first, I just want to start off by saying I think firing Harbaugh was a dumb decision. I think Harbaugh was a great coach. I have no idea why they even decided to fire him because there's no better replacement on the market, which is why John Harbaugh got 7 offers within the first 45 minutes of being a open coach. So I do wish Harbaugh the best for his future. Whatever decision he decides, I hope he has great success. But for Harbaugh in his future, I think he will easily find a new team to coach if he doesn't decide to retire. But as for the Ravens, in my opinion, the top option is finding a defensive-minded coach because the defense has been struggling as of late. So like a Brian Flores from the Vikings or like a Jesse Minter from the Chargers. But none of those will compare to John Harbaugh to me because he really did build a good football team.
I agree with you. I think they shouldn't have fired Harbaugh. He had one bad year. That's not really a good reason to fire a coach, especially when they were close to making the playoffs. So I think he should have stayed, but...
Yeah, and Harbaugh didn't do anything wrong either. One bad season does not mean you fire your coach of 18 years. And he was a great guy, so I think it was the wrong move.
So, I read in one of the articles, and you guys know football a lot more than I do. I heard that there was some sort of conflict between Lamar Jackson and the Ravens coach. And that's probably one of the reasons, other than losing, obviously, to Steelers, that they're letting him go. But then I also read that Lamar Jackson is also looking at other teams. There's a rumor, obviously.
You're right.
That he's looking to leave and join some other team. Number one, which team do you think they will join? And number two, do you think there is some truth to it? And last but not least is, I think in this way they're losing 2 major things. They're losing their main quarterback, and at the same time they're losing their coach. So that's going to be something that Ravens will take a long time to get out of. What are your thoughts on that?
So I think I don't think Lamar had anything to do with Harbaugh getting fired. They had a great relationship. Lamar was asked about the rumors of their relationship deteriorating, and he said, "There's nothing wrong with our relationship. Me and Harbaugh are cool." So I don't think Lamar had anything because Lamar also said he has interest in playing for Miami, as of rumors, of course. So me personally, I don't think the Ravens will let Lamar leave because that would be the worst mistake in franchise history, behind letting Harbaugh go, of course. And if they somehow do let Lamar go, it would take over a decade to recover from losing a franchise quarterback and one of the best head coaches in the league for a long time. So, but since they fired Harbaugh, I wouldn't be surprised if Lamar did decide to leave. But that would be a really bad off season for the Ravens, for everybody then.
I gotta say to your question, I don't think that Lamar had anything to do with the firing. What I do think it is though is, as I said before, they can't, like, you can't blame one single person, but the team has to find someone. Right, I know, of course, but they have to find someone to blame. And Harbaugh's been having a lot of he's been under a lot of like fire all season long, where it's like, oh, he hasn't been doing this good. But as you guys said, it's just been one bad year, and I really don't think he deserved to get fired.
And Harbaugh took Lamar, and instead of changing Lamar as a quarterback, he built a system around Lamar to succeed, which many other teams were not planning on doing if they did draft Lamar. So part of Lamar's success is due to Harbaugh, which is why I don't think Lamar had anything to do with Harbaugh being fired in the first place. But letting Harbaugh go might be one of the worst decisions this franchise will ever make, in my opinion.
Anything else on this topic?
Just one last question to you, Ayaan. If Lamar Jackson leaves Ravens, let's say that the rumor does come true, are you still going to be a Ravens fan, or are you going to be the new fan of the team that Lamar moves to?
We'll see.
Oh,
That's all I'll say. We'll see.
okay. Moving on to our last and final topic of the night. We got Myles Garrett breaking the sack record in Week 18 with 23 sacks, breaking Michael Strahan's and TJ Watt's 22.5 sack record.
I mean, that's incredible. It's obviously impressive to have 23 sacks as the record. I mean, Myles Garrett is a really good player, so it's kind of expected that he would get at least like 18, 19 sacks, but 23 is like, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Myles Garrett was really good all season long. He's clearly the defensive player of the year, especially after breaking the sack record now. This season, he had a game with 5 sacks. He had 3 sacks one game versus the Ravens. Myles Garrett's a great player, and he's one of the few bright spots on the Browns team, and he's clearly a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, it's incredible. I don't know if this record would ever be broken, and if it is broken, it's going to take a very long time for somebody to get there.
100%.
I disagree. I think it's possible the record could be broken, and it shouldn't be that long, because over time, D-line...
Going to play soon? I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Over time, the D-line are getting better. The record, it's not like very far. Like 22.5 versus 23 is not much of a difference. And 2 people have already hit 22.5. So I think it's possible that somebody could get at least tired, break the record.
It's possible, but I don't think it's really that likely. It took a long time for it to get broken until now. And Myles Garrett is a generational player
100%.
at the edge rush position. Might finish as one of maybe the best defensive player of all time by the time he retires, because he's just that dominant. Nobody can block him.
So, moving on to our question of the day before we wrap up the episode, who do you guys think will win the Super Bowl this year? I mean, we see obviously all of the way that the brackets are formed and stuff, but who do you think actually, can win it all?
I think the Packers, I mean, they're kind of a forgotten team, but overall they are very set. They have a good defense, good offense. I mean, they kind of fell off early like at the end of the season, but I think if they just get back to where they were, they'll have a really good chance at winning the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Their defense has been so dominant. It's like the Legion of Boom is back in Seattle. Yes, Sam Darnold is iffy when it comes to, clutch games in the playoffs and stuff, but I still think that they'll pull through and win the chip.
I think the Jaguars have a good chance this year. The AFC this year looks really weak because big names like Mahomes and Joe Burrow are not in it. But the Jaguars defense looks complete, and Liam Cohen has really turned Trevor Lawrence into a great player. So I think the Jaguars stand a good chance this year.
I've been rooting for Jaguars for the last 10 years, and this is the time they're going to make it, but this time I'm not supporting them.
Oh.
Because I'm tired of waiting for them to win, and at the end they never win. So this year, I think I'll go with Seahawks. I think the way the Seahawks played in one of the, what was that score, 34-37?
Versus the Rams.
Yeah.
They're against the Rams.
Yeah.
I think that if they play that way, there is nothing that is going to stop them from getting to winning the Super Bowl.
100%. All right, leave your guys' answer in the comments as well of who you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next week for the wild card playoff. See you guys.